All right.
Hello, back again. Okay,
Again.
This is our last video of the day. We just want to talk a little bit about, I don't know, what do you want to call this?
Centering.
Yeah, centering. So I'll give you an example. When you're at an event and you have people cutting open a vein and telling you their story and speaking to an audience, and then maybe, I'm not saying that you shouldn't comment, but to chime in and to say, oh, I know exactly how you feel because X, Y, Z, and it's not related. And I'll just share a quick story. So, and I think I've shared this before, but forgive me, I for the sake of argument, I'm gonna just share it again. So my husband had told a story to some family friends who are no longer family friends that, like, basically
how to get yourself on the outside.
Well, like he's a black man in America, like, and that's not really his personality. He doesn't usually cut open a vein. Like he usually keeps things pretty close to the vest. But he decided to share it with these family friends. And when he shared how it feels to be a black man in America and the different things that he's gone through, it was a couple, and the wife said, oh, I know exactly how you feel because I have red hair and oftentimes I'm the only person with red hair in a room.
Not cool.
No. So that's what we're referring to here is it's okay. Well, you said it best earlier. It's okay to empathize and use that empathy to, I don't know, you want to say?
Well, what I would say is okay, so when I was little, so this is how I explain it. When I was little, everybody had a comment about my freckles, right? To the point where I'd go home at night and I'd be trying to scrub those freckles away. So when I'm listening to Rashim's story, what I want to do is reach back for that emotional connector piece that oh, I didn't like being teased for the way I looked. So that's my connector. And then I'm just going to use that to find that empathy or that ability to get in his shoes. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to share it because when Rashim's talking about being black in America, that's not my kitchen table. So, just and so it's okay if I reach back for that, for as close as I can get to his experience, whatever that looks like for me, I'm going to reach for that feeling. But the way that I'm going to process that with him is not to bring it forward as if that's my table. It's not my table.
Yep.
If I do bring my feelings forward and put them out there, now I've centered. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now so an example of centering would be I get exactly how you feel because this happened to me. And this happens in the race conversation all the time. Mm-hmm. I see this because we do a lot of them.
Yeah.
I see this happen all the time where we go in, people of color are telling their story, their experience, and then someone in the room brings everything forward and unpacks their emotional suitcase.
Yep.
I'm bringing two metaphors together here with the kitchen table and the suitcase, but I can't undo it now. Yeah. And really what I would say to you is for those of us who are white in this conversation, we do need to have those feelings. We do need to process that, but that probably shouldn't happen there.
Right. That's not your space. That's not your table. There are so many times where the opportunity to hear voices of color who that's a sacred time, right? Because it doesn't happen all the time. So be present, be in that moment, listen to those voices, actively listen without interrupting, and then go home and process. And if that's what you reach for those memories or whatever to feel okay, I think I have some sense of it. Like Heather said, bringing that forward and saying it takes away from that panel or that group. I don't know. I guess that's kind of the best way to say it.
Yeah, I mean, and for example, one of the things that's been happening lately to me is I've been talking very openly about some things that happened to me in my childhood, and then someone will use that and they'll say oh, but how do you feel about modesty? And I'm that is not what we're talking about right now, right? And that's a very diminishing feeling.
I don't have ghosts; those are children. Sorry,
it's the bunny from up in the. But I think what happens is I feel come on, I gave you this, I told you this, I trusted you with this story, and you're gonna come at me with something that doesn't apply,
right?
So I think, and that would be I said I wasn't gonna go there, but can I go there?
Go there.
It's like when a person of color shares their experience and people say like, not all white people. It's that same kind of concept. It's like, just stay with them in their own story. Recognize that they probably know that it's not literally, I mean, when you say something to me and you're like, okay, well, white people, ...
Right.
I do understand that you are not talking about me on this Monday. Like, I got it. I can connect those
When I say white people do ... like, I'm not talking about you, like, clearly.
So, if I say, abuse in the church, I'm not talking about your church that you love. Just understand that when people are going through the rawness of telling you their deep pains and hurts, it isn't going to be all cleaned up and pretty, but can you bring your emotional maturity to the table and get to the meaning behind some of that rawness? Like, and can you hold space for them and for their pain in that moment and not bring your pain to that table? But you can do that, just not in that moment.
There's a time and a place for everything, and at those particular events, that's not the time or place. We're gonna wrap this video up because we've got children who are probably hungry.
They're stealth.
Thanks for listening to us. I'm so glad we were able to crank out so many videos today. Hopefully it won't be another 3 months before our next video. Like us, and subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. I didn't realize that till, 3 months ago. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. So, and if you
guess that makes sense though, like a magazine subscription. Was that what kind of your brain went?
Yeah, like, oh, do you have to pay for this? No, you do not have to pay to be a YouTube subscriber. So find our channel and go back and watch some of the other ones. If there's ones that you've said, oh, I wish I could share that and I don't know where it is, they're all there. So
yeah, have more of these conversations for yourself, facilitate them, have them in white spaces, go listen to them when people of color bring them forward. Grow. You won't regret any amount of discomfort that you feel because you have so much to gain.
Absolutely. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Thanks, you guys.
Talk to you soon. Bye.